All right, let's talk about selling advertising content. Let me turn this on, record both, make this full screen. This will be short, but I'll keep it as short as I can. It's about how to make that content so that it sells, so that you get the eyeballs and you start transferring them to your website and you give them a reason to buy. There are three types of content here. You have long plus proof, you have long description, or curiosity with CTA. I have no fucking clue why I named them like this, but it's exactly what they're made for. So you have long plus proof. Here you have, this is the type of content that you want to make and show proof. You guide people through what they would find in the product. For the color grading manual, I picked some small parts from the manual and told them what's written there, at what page, and how to act based on that. And I'll show you in a second what I mean. In order to color grade cinematic, if you go on my color grading manual at page X, you get the breakdowns of what colors I picked for this specific image and what's the thought process behind it that you can do it yourself. And this is how you do it. This is how you apply the theory from the book in Lightroom. And you go there and you did this. And this is how you reproduced what's in the manual in Lightroom. So you give them a reference. You tell them what's in the manual. Give them a reference. You prove that what you wrote there is good because you're going to show them in Lightroom how it's working. And they're going to link the value of the product with the outcome that they'll get. Second example, the best exercise for belly fat you find it in my how to burn manual, how to burn belly fat manual. You go at page 10, you find plank. Now there are multiple ideas of how to do the plank. I found that this specific type of plank is doing the best. It's burning the most calories. This is how you do it. And you act like this and you turn and you do this and that and this and that. And this is the outcome. This is the result. You need to demonstrate it. Now, this is the reel that I have for this. And I have something like, if your photos, again, talking to them and telling them what's happening, what's the pain point. If you're having photos that look nasty, that look lifeless, and have no idea how to do it, if you go to my Lightroom color grading manual at page 5, you'll find this specific section where it's telling you that you can color grade cinematically with these two colors. How do you do it in Lightroom? This is the manual. This is the section. This is the page where you find this. This is where we go in Lightroom and how we apply it. And this is how it would look. And you pick these two colors, exactly as I said in the Lightroom color grading manual. You pick these two colors here and here. That's it. Value in the manual, value in the digital product, how to apply it, that you make it stupid proof, and that they see that maybe there are 50 or 100 pages in that, and just a simple good page from that specific product is so fucking good. Oh my fucking god! What's else in the product? So in the digital product or in the PDF. So you guide them, you demonstrate with your product how good the product is and how good the information is inside the product. Next one, you have a short video with a long description. Here, you have the purpose of this is basically to have a hook on screen and to continue giving infos in the description. This somehow pain points on the idea that the reel is short, 3-4 seconds. You have a strong hook and you elaborate on it in the description section where they start reading and going through the section. That means they'll replay the videos while they're reading that, meaning you'll receive more eyeballs because the algorithm will think the content is so good that people replayed it several times. And because they did that, it means it's good, so I'll push it to more people. That means you can have like, this is how I keep my belly flat. And you have this as a hook, then you have another text on screen saying, here's how, and you point it towards description. And in the description, you start telling how you could do it and blah, 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 and what would one be needing to do and how easy it is. And you can only do it with 10 minutes per day. And if you want to find out more and want a tailored 7 days program for this, comment belly or fat, and I'll send you a link where you can find my ebook on this. And then basically, when they'll scroll through it, they will comment. So one, they saw it several times, which is good for the algorithm. Two, if they're interested, they'll comment, meaning you'll receive engage for that specific piece of content, meaning it will be boosted to even more people. Then you will automatically reply through ManyChat, which means you engage with your audience, which means it will be pushed again to different audience and bigger, which is a win-win-win situation. And I have this is how mine look. It's not this one. I'm sorry for that. I linked it. I didn't link it correctly. Reels, and it should be this. If your colors still look off no matter what you're doing. And then we have, I used to think that my photos were bad, but it wasn't the photos. It was my lack of control over color. Presets helped until they didn't. That's why I created this manual. This is what you'll do. This is what you'll learn inside. Comment color, and I'll send you a link to my 50 plus pages of the color grading manual. Or you have another one that is do this. The difference between a beginner photographer and the professional is not blah blah blah. It's their colors. So when I first started editing, I thought the style came from presets. I'm going through with them. I kept asking myself, why does this color feel off? Again, I'm going through and telling them what's inside, why I created the product, what's inside, and to comment so that they get it. One more thing that you can do here is also teach them something that you elaborate even more in your manual. Like, this one skill separates average photographers from the ones who got hired, featured, and remembered. It's not your camera, it's not your lens. You kill a myth there. And then you say, and I started using color intentionally. Analogous color schemes to create calm and cohesion. What's an analog color scheme? Where can I find more details on this? Complementary tones to make subjects pop. What are complementary tones? Split complementary, triadic, Lightroom tools like HSL, masking, and calibration. What the fuck are all of these? So I put everything I know into one place. Okay, so he's elaborating on these infos more in the Lightroom color grading manual. Then I'll just comment because I would like to see what's inside. And from there, it's your duty to grab them, push them to the website that you're having, landing page, so they'll buy. This is the second type of content that you could do for selling, and it works. Third one, you have curiosity with a CTA. We have hook, pain point, and CTA. This is the less time consuming content and that you can do, and it usually works. Now, neither of these, or better said, some of these types of content that you can do can go viral. If you're doing them very, very good, they can go viral. As an idea, I have my drafts on Instagram, I have a bunch of reels that are saved in the drafts. Let me make sure I can show you this. So I have them here, and you can scroll through them. Now, when I duplicate one of them in order to post them, I change that they're the same video, but I change the hook and the description, which makes it a totally different video. Now, I posted this in trials. I posted this for audience. The thing is, you post it, and by changing the hook, by changing the description, it makes that piece of content original to the algorithm, and they'll recognize it's original because it's different. Something's different there. And you change the sound, something's different, and it gets pushed again forwards. changing a hook with a good description can cause this to go viral. If one of these selling reels goes viral because they engage, they comment, you touch the pain point, then you'll be fucking selling a lot. If everything else is already done and it's good, when you go viral, imagine having 1 million views to a reel where you're selling something that is $9 and you have a conversion rate of 3%. It's mind-blowing how much you could do from it. So, going back to this. This is how it looks. Exactly one that I showed you earlier. Your photos aren't bad, you just don't know how to color grade yet. I'm showing how to go through different colors and how one photo could look with different color grades. And I'm saying comment color and I'll send you a link to my page or to my manual. And then again, people start commenting and going through and comment because they would want it. So this is a third type of content that you could do for selling digital products. And that's it for the lesson about how to create the content specifically that sells. You can post as many of these as you want. You can also post, if you have 12 reels, you can have these 12 reels posted every single fucking day in your trials. And because you're posting them in your trials, your audience won't get bored because they won't see it. And you just keep posting them and you hit new audiences. And from new audiences and new eyeballs, there's basically 12 pieces of content that you're producing daily that you get eyeballs. And these eyeballs will turn into sales if you send them to your landing page. So basically, there are 12 pieces of content that could bring you a lot of sales during the day. And you just post them in trials and your audience won't get bored. And from time to time, you can just post the ones that you had in the trials, post them to your audience so that your audience also sees them. And like that, you convert from your audience, you grab new followers and new people from the trials, and you have new people that you would sell to. You build trust with them. So it's a win-win situation. I'll see you in the next lesson. Cheers.